Someone tie your tubes? Got fucking no tubes.
Are we on? Hello, Internet. Greetings. I don't see it.
I don't know. I hit go. I don't know if it's there or not.
I don't know.
I got a notification on my phone.
Okay. Ah, there it is. Ants.
Oh.
I mean, do you want ants?
Yep.
This is how you get it.
Yep. This is how I want ants. Copy that. Cut that. Go to Twitter. Tweet that.
Show me the BMFcast live. You shit ass.
Change top chat to live chat.
I don't even see it. There we are.
For porn spam.
Porn spam.
That's right. Porn spam. Very good, my sonics.
Words that would be, I mean, they would each be words in and of themselves 30 years ago, but putting them together would be like, what?
Yeah.
I don't think I want to watch that.
Porn about meat products.
Canned meat. Ooh, canned meat. That's a women in prison movie.
All right.
Actually, it's a men in prison movie, I guess.
Yes, canned meat.
Yeah. Which we affectionately just refer to as a prison movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
What?
You got an ant?
No, thank God.
You have an uncle?
Far behind the stream.
What? Hi, what?
Oh,
Is it because we're, is it saying the stream's too high?
no, it just wasn't live.
Oh.
So I saw BJ do something, but he was not doing it on the stream and was not doing it on the stream and was not doing it. I was like, the fuck? But it has been corrected now.
Oh, finally I got an email about this. The BMFcast is live.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Lies.
No, live.
No, I don't believe
Live.
I don't believe we're live.
We can
Oh,
do both.
Yeah, it's right there.
We
You
can do
can
both.
see it.
¿Por
It's
qué
on
no
your-
los dos?
It's on your screen.
Nope, I don't believe it. I don't believe we're here right now. It's a simulation.
Well, it might be, but
Yeah.
we're still live
We're
within
all
the
in
simulation.
some kind of alien ant farm.
Ants.
Oh, boy. Boy.
Question for you, unrelated to what we're doing right now.
Hmm.
Have you guys been getting a bunch of follows from like just random women?
The BMFcast account certainly has.
Okay.
I think when OnlyFans people sign up for some reason, one of the you should follow these accounts. One of them is ours for some reason. I don't know why, but it seems to be a consistent thing.
These are definitely like, there's no doubt in my mind that these are scam accounts.
Yes.
And that's all I've gotten for the last. Well, I mean, I'm not worried about followers because I don't tweet anymore.
I was gonna say, are we even talking about Twitter? I haven't had a notification on when I get followers since Twitter started. I don't know. I mean,
Well, it's one of those things that I keep forgetting to turn off on the app. But yeah, for the last like 2 or 3 weeks, it's just been spam follower after spam follower, and like I ain't got no job, so I ain't got money to get scammed out of.
Yeah. Fake ladies, listen up.
Idiots.
Yeah. Just go after someone with money.
Yeah.
That guy was going to buy Twitter. He didn't buy it. He's got money.
I ain't got no money, but I'm rich on personality. Oh wait, that's Prince, not me. Sorry,
Right.
I always get these things confused.
Sure.
If you were rich on personality, you wouldn't be here. Anyway, let's talk about ants.
Yeah, we
Wow.
see you shiver with anticipation.
We gotta wait for at least one person to show up.
Do we?
Yeah,
All right.
just one. Just one. I just need one.
Did we piss? Who was our person that like always showed up like immediately?
Bill.
We pissed
I
them
think
off?
Bill's got a job, or
Oh no!
he's, I don't know, different time zone or
What happened?
something.
Why do we always hurt the ones we love?
I don't know.
Or why do we always hurt the ones who like us?
You can't always hurt the ones you love. That's how that song goes,
That's no. That's two songs merged together.
right? No, it can't be.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, should we do this, or no? You still want to wait for somebody to say something?
Somebody.
Maybe
One person. Just someone. Anyone. In the chat. There we go.
Curtis is
Thanks,
here.
Curtis.
There you go. Permission to begin has been given.
Yep.
All right, let's do this. Hopefully my stomach will not implode, explode, whatever.
I hope it doesn't explode.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably want it to implode.
Implode would be fine.
Yeah. Fuck off, I'm full.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 549.
Yes.
Ants.
It is.
Yes, it is.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
Yeah, Mackie's not here. He's on a farm.
He got antsed.
Yep.
No, he's on a farm.
Ant farm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's out of this world.
Yeah. So what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast is we go to watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Then we come in here and talk about it. And then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot jobs.
Yay.
Yay.
However, there are bad movies. This is stay away. They get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash.
Boo.
Boo.
In which they belong.
Correct.
Optional words at the end.
Eh.
Yeah. So we are. We
yeah.
rolled the clock back a little bit. We are. I mean, it's been a while since we watched a movie as old as like the 70s, isn't it? I mean,
No.
No, we
last
just watched
week.
one.
Last week. I thought we just watched Passenger 57 and shit. I don't know.
Or 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Gone
yeah,
in 60
Gone in
seconds.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that thing.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's forgettable. But we are doing 1977's Ants.
Ants.
And I say it like that because it has an exclamation point.
It
like
does.
Airplane.
Ants.
You must respect the exclamation point.
Ants.
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 And other things. There are other movies that have exclamation points in it. Like Tora, Tora, Tora. and
Right.
Three Amigos. Yeah.
That has
Yeah,
the
it has
dual.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starts and ends with an exclamation.
But this was a TV movie
Mm-hmm.
released by Kino Lorber on Blu-ray, which means you can watch a sort of reversed pan and scan. I mean, it's a matte cut 185.
They released it in theaters overseas,
Yeah.
and so they matted it for theatrical
Right.
presentation.
But I mean, in a backwards case, you want to watch the 133 version if you actually want to see the entire movie.
you want to see all the ants.
Yeah.
Ants.
Ants.
Right.
Drink.
Yeah. If you want to do the Leo pointing at the screen thing, don't bother. It gets not fun after the 4th time they show you ants.
It was fun the first time.
Yeah.
Like when the ants showed up,
When
you're like,
"Oh,
hey, look.
That's ants.
Yes. Yeah, but it will get old.
But yeah, Ants basically takes place at this seaside
Lakewood Manor.
Lakewood Manor. It's like an old style hotel, like not a megaplex hotel.
No.
It's like a charming cottage that maybe has like 12 rooms or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like it has a lot of people.
Just a big house on a lake.
They're doing some construction, but then simultaneously there's a guy that's trying to buy the place and is going to tear it down, but aged old owner doesn't know this. She just thinks that guy wants to invest in her family-owned hotel business thing that she cares a lot about or whatever.
She does. Her grandfather was there.
Sure, yeah. You know,
He
one of
bought a
those
clock,
things.
and they looked at it,
Yeah.
and the clock is still there.
His life sucked.
Because 100 years ago, there was nothing to do.
Yeah. You got really
It
excited.
was before radio.
You started to cry when someone gave you a clock.
You either play with hoop and stick, or you watch the grandfather
You're
clock.
like, oh, thank you for this clock. Now I can watch the minutes pass until I die. And once an hour it goes dong.
Yes, it goes dong.
Yeah. Anywho,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's all happening at Lakewood Manor.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's ants.
Well-
so should we rate it?
No, there's more to talk about
Oh.
than that. So yeah, sleazy business guy has. You think it's his secretary, but she seems like we are now business partners because of reasons. Suzanne Summers is in this.
Mm-hmm.
She is trying
There's
to.
a third part of their company somewhere. But yeah.
He initially is not interested in this place. She's like, "Hey, why don't you be interested in this place?" And he's like, "Well, can we sleep together if that's the case?" And she's like, "Oh, you."
You can be my thigh master.
And so that's why they are there.
Mm-hmm.
The head foreman of the construction company that's outside just tearing shit up
Mm-hmm.
is dating the daughter of the old lady who
That's
owns
Mike,
the place.
Mike Ant.
Yeah. The movie starts with a dude covered in ants because he's down in a hole where this pipe is where the ants are.
Mm-hmm.
And then this other guy's like, "Hey, where's Jimmy?" And he goes to look for Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "Get him off of me!" And he's like, "All right, I got you." And then a bulldozer dumps a bunch of dirt on him and kills them both.
It doesn't even dump a bunch of dirt. It just backs up and pushes a bunch of dirt into the pit.
Yeah. So
I fell in.
It would actually have only killed one of them.
right,
One
the
of
other
them-
one's
one of-
okay because
yeah,
there
one
was
of
an
them
air
survived.
pocket.
Yeah.
But a few hours later, dude's like, "Hey, where's Jimmy and the other guy?" And
I mean, he's kind of been looking for them for a while.
yeah, well, not hard. He goes inside.
yeah.
And is like, "Is Jimmy in here?" "No." "All right."
I mean, this is where we learn that head foreman dude and the daughter of the hotel lady are dating or whatever.
Doing
fucking-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also Dick Van Dyke's son and a drifter lady, and they are together because
Oh, is that
it's
who
the
the
70s.
goofy guy is?
Yeah.
Is a Van Dyke?
Yeah.
Huh.
Moosey? Something?
I'm sorry.
Is his name? Or is he an
His
actual
name is
Van
Barry
Dyke?
Van Dyke.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
There's a guy named Moosey in the cast. And I thought that might have been.
No,
him.
he
Maybe
was he was Richard because I was just like, look at this swinging dick
Richard,
here,
okay,
you know, because he was clearly like, look at me, it's the '70s, I fuck.
Okay,
Yes.
I see. Barreled Van Dyke.
Yeah,
Who is Tommy? Do you remember who Tommy was?
that's probably the boy that got eaten by the ants. In the
Yeah.
dumpster,
Oh, okay. So that's Moosey.
Oh,
maybe.
Tommy was played by Moosey.
Moosey. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
Moosey.
Moosey.
Yeah, Barry Van Dyke went on to star with his dad in Diagnosis Murder
Cool.
for 178 episodes.
That's super.
It's pretty good.
Califragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah. So yeah, this drifter lady just shows up and she's like, "Hey, my hitching partner left and I sure could use a shower." And he's like, "Duh, okay." And then they are in love.
Pretty much immediately.
That is the extent of it. She's not like scamming him or anything. It's just
No, she's pretty like. I mean, she does tell one
she
small
lies.
lie.
Yes, she's
But-
lied. But then she just says, "I got tired of sleeping on the beach. It was weird."
Yeah, and like that's fair. Okay, you're allowed to tell one small lie
Yeah.
to get yourself off sleeping on
Yeah.
the beach.
If you're homeless and there's a Van Dyke there, he can
Yeah.
help you out. And he
Plus,
does.
she was real cool about everything. She just wanted a shower and a handkerchief full of cheese or whatever that was. I
Oh
don't-
right, he did sneak her some cheese from the kitchen.
I mean, she was a little mousy. So
yeah. No, Little Mousy was the kid.
Moosey.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that's the kid from Step Up, right?
Yeah, no, yes, that's.
Oh, okay.
Personal. The person responsible for writing these jokes has been sacked.
But yeah, there's ants on the loose. no one really did anything to release the ants. The ants are just out when the movie starts. It's just they
dug this pit, and then I guess that cracked in. They basically explained later that this was just because this was an old building and toxic things were in the ground or whatever, and
Toxic things were in the ants already, and then
Sure.
they moved in because it was convenient.
yeah.
sure, and then I guess they just disturbed their nest, which was
Yeah.
like connected to this old pipe that was a drain pipe, and they were living there. And when they dug this pit, they like all the ants were like, "Hey, fuck you, we live here." Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. They kill the cook
they do. Yes, Giuseppe, the cook.
after
yeah.
after 3 or 4 false starts, where he is wearing sandals and throwing out the trash and doing things around the ants, and we had a very good time. Just he has no. This man has no lines.
No
He had
lines.
no dialogue whatsoever. But we gave him so much dialogue.
yeah.
We just basically assumed he was, an Italian chef. And
Right.
Well,
had
the
all
first
fun
time
with
you
that.
see him is like he's literally got the big like mixing bowl thing
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the kitchen. I mean,
All he's missing is a big poofy hat.
I mean, the first thing
Yes.
I thought of was like, now it's time for cake, which is the end of the stupid D-Man thing. The fucking whatever. I can't even think of the Four Non Blonde song. What's up? The hey yeah that
Yeah.
damn thing. Yeah, whatever.
You got it.
Whatever.
So yeah, he gets eventually anted to death.
Mhm.
The kid Moosey,
Macy.
he's collecting bottles for his mom to recycle them for money because their dad left, and he's like, "I'm the man of the house now, Mom. I gotta take care of you."
So much unnecessary backstory for this kid.
Yeah, because
You could just show him getting murdered by ants. It's
as
fine.
soon as he gets almost murdered by ants, that story's done.
Mhm.
That lady leaves.
Yeah, she would have really wished she kept those bottles because then she could help pay for his medical expenses.
Yeah, she probably should
Yeah.
have
It was
gone back and got.
This
more
was
bottles.
1977. It was only like $8.
Yeah, you
to
just
save
give
a
them
child.
20 bottles and then they
Right.
they cure your son of ants. But when they bring the first guy in, so the first guy's actually dead. The second guy they bring in, he's almost dead, and the doctor is just freaking out. He's just like, he's fine. What the fuck? Like,
Oh no, the doctor is not freaking out at all. The doctor is on Quaaludes. He's like, I don't understand.
right? But
he should be alive right now.
yes, why is he not?
Why is he not?
What's the deal
Hmm.
here?
And this guy's like coding out, and one of the nurses is like, he's not breathing. And the doctor's like, cool.
I'm gonna go
Maybe-
talk to the family.
Atropine? I don't know.
Yeah, should we maybe try to?
I'm
Put some
s-
butter on it.
I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
Probably be fine.
And it's 1977. I'm going to go light a cigarette.
Which, by the way, we never learn that man's fate. We never learn the kid's fate. We just have to assume they lived.
They said at one point they did say that they were getting better.
Oh, okay.
They were recovering.
Oh, good.
So
Okay, fine. good.
thank God.
Yes.
I was worried about Moosey.
Head foreman guy has an additional buddy, Bernie Casey, the star of the film, the actual hero of the film, who is just kind of like, whatever you say, I will also help you out with. Like, just tell me what to do, I'll do it. That's basically his role until he gets to jump into action mode at the end and actually save pretty much everybody. Yeah, so the what triggers like the ant apocalypse that happens really is like the ants are just kind of like sneaking around. Like they sneak into the kitchen in the sink and kill the
It's a little weird. Like they seem to have some ninja-like activity because they go and kill Giuseppe the cook, and it's just like they come up out of the drain, murder him. They're all over the kitchen, and then it's like there's like a reverse shot of them just going back down the drain, leaving no evidence. And
they
it's
are like the water in
uh,
Final Destination. They're like, no evidence. You guys are just gonna have to wonder how Giuseppe died. It's gonna be a mystery. Ha ha ha.
Was it an icicle? Oh, I mean, is that the water joke?
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I didn't get the reference. I mean,
Oh
I
no,
just-
there's a scene in Final Destination where one of the people gets killed because the shower leaks and she slips on the floor, and then for some reason the water retracts back in, like the water's hiding. Like, haha, you'll never know it was
Well, you
me,
d-
and it's like the
it
fuck, they
doesn't wanna-
slipped and died. What the fuck? Like,
It doesn't want to go to prison. You know what happens in the showers.
I do, yeah. The water's going to be, yeah. So what eventually happens is that main construction dude just gets pissed and just gets in a bulldozer and just starts bulldozing the fuck out of the pit where the ants were. He has been having this like, it's ants. I know it because like they keep like tiptoeing into the place, and Bernie Casey gets bit by a bunch of ants, and the guy's like, that's odd, and he just like the doctor's like, we think it's some sort of virus, and
it's not even that. It's like he's like a health and safety guy. I mean that's the thing.
The Bureau of Health.
Yeah,
the Bureau of Health shows up.
Yeah.
When the first guy.
Yes.
And the first two guys get injured.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're fucking up, and we're going to find out how, and then you're going to lose your license to construct.
Right. Yeah, he's put on edge because the bureaucracy shows up right away. Like, there's bureaucracy lady and guy, and he's just like, well, clearly the sign wasn't up. He's like, the sign was there until we threw it out of the way to go rescue our people. And I'm just like, well, you can't prove that, and you're going to be liable, and we're going to take your license. So, yeah. When
Bernie Casey, a whole lot of threatening and not a lot of investigating.
Well, when Bernie Casey, like, gets bit on the leg and goes numb for a second until he gets some Johnny Walker.
Yeah, until his sweet booze brings it back.
But like that's when he's like, it's the ants. Like clearly it just took down this large man, and that makes sense. They were here, and he's got the jar of ants. He's like, this is it. He's like, well, then there would be ants in the kitchen. Come on and show me if there's ants. And of course he walks around, but because they've covered their tracks,
because the ants are crafty.
Yeah, they're crafty like that. And, yeah.
And then the dude just opens the jar and he's like, all right, check this out. He just pours the ants into his hands. Like, see,
they're not doing anything. Clearly, clearly it's not that. It's a virus. But that foreman dude, Mike, is just like, fuck this, and I'm going to go prove that it's the ants, and goes and gets in the bulldozer and just starts terrassing around the pit, just
back and forth, just forever
for like a long time, and is like enraging the ants at this point. I mean, there are shots of like,
the ants just take over the house.
There's matte ant paintings or whatever.
Like, just like weird shadows,
like creeping up
ant herds.
And it's like he doesn't notice any of this until he's finally like, well, I've raged for like 15 straight minutes. Oh fuck, there's ants everywhere. And
he finally sees them and is like, back away slowly, get out of here.
And, I mean, even including they're all over his bulldozer thing too. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yep.
But at this point, like the real movie is actually on because they are. It's the birds now. Like they're everywhere, and everyone is aware. And oh god,
now it's just trapped 6 people in the house.
It's every Jaws movie like this. Every animal attacks movie always has the moments of doubt when like no one's like, it can't be that, until everyone's on board and go, oh god, it is that, and this is the oh god, it is that, and get everybody.
Yeah, the health inspector guy finds out, unfortunately, and then just walks outside and runs his hand through like a million ants. And the ants are like, haha, we told you it was us. So they have a plan to circle the house they're going to dig a trench, and they're going to fill it with water. But the other lady who was there from the health department goes to see Mr. Ant-Man. the town
he's an entomologist.
Yes. Yeah. And she's just like, do you think these ants could have killed people? And he's like, would you leave me alone? I'm studying the ants. And she's like, yeah, but do you think it was the ants? And he's like, would you fucking stop? And then she's like, but just tell me if it's the ants. And he's like, all right, come watch this tape. And they go watch an ant tape where ants are murdering other things. And he's like, yeah, ants
This
can
is like a 3rd grade.
Yeah, it's like a science film.
Here, sometimes the ants can become enraged and attack their prey.
They're eating a grasshopper because it dared walk in front of them.
And then she's like, ew, I don't like watching
I don't care for this. But he's like, it's the ants.
It could be the ants.
Yeah, they're probably poisoned and enraged, and they're going to murder everyone.
Yeah, hubris, man, whatever. Yep. We did it.
Well, he's like, for years we used arsenic, and it was fine. Everyone was fine. But then we started using things no one even knows what's in them, and the ants could have just evolved, and they could have eaten that, and they're like, we'll show you. We're murder ants now. So he's right. I mean, that is exactly what happens.
They come give us the DDT.
So yeah, it's like 6 people trapped in the house now. They're digging a trench around the house. They're going to fill it with water. But the expert has said, no, don't fill it with water because they could just build a bridge of ants and cross that. Fill it with
That's true.
gasoline.
That's one thing I know from this movie that is true.
Mm-hmm. So they're like, fill it with gasoline.
And then light it on fire.
Right. And also use kerosene on any ants that you see in the house. So they are just...
Well, that was just them coming up with something. I don't think anyone instructed them to douse the entire
Oh no,
hotel with
that
kerosene.
instruction came from somebody.
Did it?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it was shouted. There's a lot of just shouting things real quick, and then
Okay.
because someone had to bring them.
Because
the
I thought that
kerosene.
was just Mike. He was like, "Do you have any bug spray?" And she's just like, and then he was like, "Kerosene for the lamps?" And she's like, "Yeah, we do. It's,
That's right.
It's in the cellar, the darkest,
Yes.
dankest part of this. Not in the good way, like the
I would like to lodge a complaint against this lodge.
Mm-hmm.
yeah."
Earlier in the movie, she said, "Oh, we have ants all the time."
Yeah.
And she didn't have any bug spray.
No. Well, she didn't know. She
Mm,
just didn't know.
hmm.
I would also like to complain.
Plot hole.
Yeah. What
Ding.
They set up a whole thing of the kerosene is in the cellar. Go get it. And then
then
there's
they-
no scene in the cellar like.
Where Mike's dodging
Yeah.
ants
It's like
on the
uh-oh.
ceiling.
There's
Yeah.
stalagmites of ants.
Stalactites.
I'm from the ground up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so there's action going on outside. Brian Dennehy has shown up. He's the fire marshal, and he's just like
He's the fire chief.
fire chief. Okay, and he's just like, the hell? I heard it was ants. I came as soon as I could. And
I
this
thought there was.
lady's-
I thought someone was a liar, and they called the fire department. You know.
yes.
Yeah.
And the lady is like, I was just on my car phone with a ant expert, and he told me, and Brian Denny's like, yeah, it's ants. I got the call on the radio. Let's dig this trench. Go, go, go.
Yeah.
The fuck are you doing?
I appreciate that Brian Dennehy's character is just like, yeah, ants.
Sure.
Cool. Let's fix it or something.
I imagine in this little sleepy town, he's probably seen some shit. Like Brian Dennehy, even though he's young,
Werewolves last year, and
yes.
then yeah,
every year this dumb town has some sort of
bats the year before the werewolves, and then
Maybe he is the same character from like First Blood,
Maybe.
and then maybe that's maybe he's not like just a bigoted asshole. He's just seen so much shit
Yeah.
come through his
It's like,
town.
I'm
he's
gonna
just
be
like,
a sleepy town
he's like,
sheriff, and God.
clearly you are gonna start some shit. I mean, ants fucked my town up at one point in time.
Yeah, and they're just ants.
Yeah, they're just ants, and you're Sylvester Stallone.
You're a
and
big,
they're
massive
mummies in
dude.
'72. That was a fucking
What's
nightmare.
the mummies in '72. So they have the biggest concern is how to get the old lady out because she's in a wheelchair, and they're just like, we can't do anything about that. So while they're trying to come up with a plan for that, the fire truck has extended its ladder as far as it can get to the balcony where they are, and the first one they send out is the drifter girl, who is immediately like, no, I can't do this. And then she looks at the ants and is like, okay, I could do this. And then proceeds to really very badly not do it. she gets out on the ladder and just is instantly just dangling by one hand, and the 75-year-old firefighter who they've sent up to help is trying to hold on to her. And then they just come up with the plan of just raise the ladder to the sun. just
I don't really understand this.
It ends up working,
yeah.
but
I think it was so that she wouldn't be dangling anymore. She would be where she could
It
climb,
does. It
but
becomes instead of a hook and ladder, it
Yes.
just becomes a straight up ladder.
Right.
But
this ladder is
But you
8
have to-
stories tall.
but I mean, like, as much as she is shaking around, like these things collapse on themselves.
Yeah.
So, like, while you're making it vertical, you could also make it closer to the ground. Like, it just
you
seems
could
like
also lower it as you're
it
raising it.
seems like they are making some kind of dangerous game of like, is she going to like die from gravity, or is she gonna like survive
Maybe
the
they
fall
can't-
into a pile of ants and then die? You know.
bro, I don't know.
It
And,
did,
and also, plus she's a drifter girl, so like from horror movie rules, you're like,
yeah, just
clearly this lady is not long for this world.
no
I mean, like,
ties, just kill her. But then you think they're going to do the opposite thing, which we'll get to in a second. But
kill Bernie Casey. Well, I mean,
no,
they-
yes, I thought Bernie Casey was dead the whole
Well,
time.
sure, yeah.
But I thought, okay, they're not going to kill her. They're going to kill Barry Van Dyke because they have to. One of these people
Mhm.
has to be sad at the end of this. Like, oh no, the ants killed my
My-
my one day love. But yeah, so they are lifting her up, and at first you're like, well, maybe they're just really trying to make sure she doesn't touch any ants. But yeah, they lift her all the way up to the sun, and she climbs down, and
And then
everyone's like,
I don't
"Yay."
really understand when the communication was of like, well, fuck, that was really dangerous, and we can't do that again. But the truck is just like literally like burp, burp, and fucking leaves.
It does.
And it's just like, there's 5 other people.
Yeah,
there?
this would have worked with the other 4 because they weren't weirdos. They would have just been like, "I've got the ladder, let's go."
Right.
But
Well,
they abandoned that plan.
Maybe not wheelchair lady. I don't know what
No.
would happen with her on that contraption. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, but so they abandoned this plan.
Get
The
the
fire
bungee cords.
the fire truck does literally go beep beep and drives away. Like, we're done here, and it's like, why?
Yeah, I mean, even honks like it's just like the fuck you, like
Yeah.
little honk. Just
Yeah.
says it's like leave me.
So the Coast Guard has shown up with a rescue basket, and they're going to get the old lady out. And
With a helicopter with a rescue basket.
Yes.
Just so that's
Yeah,
clear.
no, yeah, they're not in like a boat.
Yeah.
That would have been very
They just showed up in the lake like,
like, hey,
hey,
Come on,
throw her over here.
Yeah. you can make it. Jump.
So they lower this basket over into the balcony, and they get the old lady in it, and they're like, okay, go. And it gets lodged on like just a random piece
There's-
of wood.
a weird, like,
It's like a
There's
piece of lattice.
there's a triangle, like,
Yeah.
sticking into the balcony. Like, if you were trying to lean over and look over the balcony, you would be stabbed through the
Yes.
stomach.
It's a very dangerous piece of wood there.
Yeah.
But-
And she gets caught on it. And so does
Dick.
Shinny McGee.
Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
Barry
Richard
Van Dyke.
Van Dyke.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll dislodge you, and eventually does, and then it's just like, whoa.
Yeah. He falls
Well,
off
he
of the
Dick
balcony.
Van Dyke's over the
He does.
the
yes,
railing.
he
Yeah.
does. He's like, hey, Dad, watch this.
Yeah.
Look what I can do.
Fuck your coffee table. I'm going over the balcony.
Yeah. One up you, Dad. So, for years he was like, Ants is on TV tonight, Dad.
Yeah.
Check this shit out.
Watch my pratfall.
So he falls down onto this awning, and everyone, we're just like, oh, well, he's dead for no good reason. But he just, Bernie Casey snaps into action and goes and gets the bulldozer and drives it over and extends the cup thing out. And he just shimmies his way over and leaps into this in a very painful looking way. And he's safe.
Mhm.
So the Coast
Which
Guard.
is, this is the second person almost in a row that you expected to die.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess we
Well,
didn't
when
really
they-
expect the old lady to die.
No,
but-
not really. But I did expect the Drifter lady to die. And
Yeah.
when she didn't die, I was like, okay, they're going to kill this guy. But yeah, he survives also. So the Coast Guard has taken the old lady to
It's
safety.
actually really. I mean, the only people that die are the cook,
Mhm.
the inspector guy.
Yep.
Suzanne Summers.
Yep. Oh yeah,
She-
Suzanne Summers got
Yeah, she
eaten
died
ants.
by just as the ant apocalypse was happening.
She had sex with the gross dude, and then
Right.
ants killed her.
Yeah.
So that was probably a good.
Well,
death.
yeah, this is how gross the dude is. They have boned, and they're like, "Hey, you heard about the ants thing?" Or the old lady that owns a hotel calls up to the room, is like, "Hey, you heard about the ants thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I still want the hotel."
He doesn't know what she's talking about. She's like, I suppose you've heard we have a bit of a situation. He's like, yeah, well, I still want to talk about the hotel. And
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to go talk to her anyway.
Yeah.
And as he's like getting ready and putting on his enormously collared shirt, he brushes an ant. He pisses an ant off because
Yeah.
he flicks it off of his collar.
Yep.
Yeah, he had an ant on his butterfly collar.
Yes.
Mhm.
And goes down to try to talk the old woman into selling so that he can destroy the hotel and build a casino.
And the old woman is thrilled. She's like, so you want to sign like right now? We'll sell this place to you right now. And he's like, yeah, sure. And she's like, ah.
Victory!
But then that's when, of course, all hell breaks loose and they get trapped in the house.
Right.
But this is how much of a shit this guy is. This guy, he's wanted to make it with Suzanne Summers this entire time. She is not of the mindset of, you're gross, I don't want to do this, get away from me, I'm just your secretary or whatever. She is like, hey, it's the 70s, ladies like sex too. However, we're going to make a business deal out of this. It's not just going to be, you're not going to use me.
Yeah.
He's got this so good. Like, you've got Susan, you're being gross to Suzanne Summers and she's fucking into it. All you got to do is just listen to her. And he's like, we boned already. Bleh, get out of here. So he's like, I'm going to go talk to the old lady. And then she's like, I'm just going to lounge in this bed naked. And the ants are like, we've seen them on the blanket and on the wall. And then they just instantly are like all over her, and she's like, "What the hell?" And then she's instantly dead. He comes back and finds her at one point and is just like, "Well, I'm free of that responsibility anyway. Let's do other." So I mean, it's just such an odd situation, but it just really establishes him as a giant piece of shit. And there are several times throughout this where he's like, "Get out of my way! I'm going to be rescued next," and they're all like, "No."
Well, he was shitty to Van Dyke Jr., which I think was just goatee, but yeah, but yeah, but no, like when he was being a lifeguard, he just goes like they literally walk outside. He sees that he's the lifeguard and he's talking to the hobo girl, and it's basically just like he's like, "Hey," it's like, "Are you gonna help us?" And he's like, "What would you need?" He's like, "Bologna sandwiches and pickles or something like that." He's like, "What do you think I need? Like lawn chairs and towels and something." You genius.
He's like, "I've been standing here for 10 minutes."
It's like you literally just walked outside, looked around, and saw him. Yeah, but then
I mean,
so
this guy's
I'm just saying, like
he
gets a slight revenge later
For no reason as well.
He starts to Billy Zane on the Titanic there at the end, and then but Van Dyke Jr. basically gets to grab him and be like, "Hey, fuck you, ladies ladies first."
That's right.
Yeah,
ladies first. So they've rescued the old lady. And the Coast Guard helicopter
That's the best part.
has to come back down, and it lands, and in doing so, starts spraying the crowd that is formed with all the ants.
Yep.
Just propels all the ants into the crowd. And Bernie Casey, again, snaps into action, goes and grabs a fire hose, and turns it on the people. The cops. Everyone in the crowd just gets fucking hosed.
It's pretty great, actually.
All of this is
it's
so
really
dumb and so good because it's dumb in a way where you could see a situation like this happening because no one fucking knows. Like, no one would think, "Oh, don't land a helicopter. The ants will fly out." And
Right.
Why is there a crowd of onlookers here anyway? Get them out of here. I mean, you're just not considering any of this. There's no textbook for ant rescue. There's just not. So it seems dumb. It seems super dumb, but also it's like, well, who knew? And Brian Dennehy is losing his mind. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here. Get that helicopter out of here." Oh, and then Bernie Casey hoses them all down.
Yep.
It's real good.
I like it.
Yeah. So that happens for. I mean, he has to hose them for a while. Like, I mean,
There's a lot of ants on them.
Yeah. And then basically it's like, right? Then he like at this point he's communicating with them in the hotel from the lady's car phone or whatever, and it's just like, no, can't do on the chopper coming back in because it's gonna spray ants everywhere, and they're like, "Well, there's still 3 of us up here. What are we supposed to do?" And they're like, we might have like opposite of scuba gear, like self-contained on the land anti-ant breathing apparatuses. I don't know. That's not even an acronym I'm going to try for.
SCABA, self-contained above water breathing apparatus.
Right.
It's like the suit you would put on if someone's going to shoot you with a flamethrower.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Or like a
it's
advanced beekeeper suit for
It's
Africanized bees.
kind of just a hazmat suit, basically.
Yes.
But it's like,
they're like, well, the suits are coming.
they make a big deal about you got to get these here to the point that like they have. The ants are like slowly rising up the hotel to like these people are in like the balcony suite or whatever, like the top.
They're as high as they can go without getting on the roof.
And I mean, are we at the end? I guess we're at the end. Like, they're just like I'm trying to think if like there's anything before we cover how this fucking ends.
The
It's just so
ant
stupid.
guy shows up
Yeah.
and gets on the phone. He's like, "Listen,
Yeah.
these things react to being threatened.
Mhm.
So if you don't threaten them, if you don't move towards them, if you don't breathe on them, you'll be fine."
Right.
And so Mike, head construction guy, starts tearing the wallpaper off the walls, and he's like, "Here's what we're going to do."
Mhm.
And then cut to the 3 of them sitting back to back to back with they've rolled up the wallpaper into breathing tubes.
Mhm.
And he's just like, "Just chill out. Just be calm and breathe through the wallpaper, and we'll be fine." And it's just these constant shots of them slowly pulling these tubes of wallpaper up to their mouths to breathe in them. And it's like, what the fuck are you? What does that do? It's just,
Okay, he was told not to breathe on them.
I know,
Like,
but just breathing out is you're directing your breath in a tube that's going to be
Right.
more threatening. I would
Well,
think.
no, but
No,
it's
no.
away from the
Right,
ants
yeah,
that are
I mean,
close to you.
If the ants got there and they felt the breath and they're like attack, then they're
Sure.
they're biting a tube.
I guess
Not you.
they're they're biting a tube.
Biting a tube.
So
They're biting a tube.
she's like, I can't do this. There are ants on me. I'm freaking out. And he's like, just chill out. Be mellow.
Mhm.
Breathe through the tube. Everything will be fine. And slowly but surely, they are just getting swarmed with ants. Ants are all over them. And this is legit ants on these actors.
Mhm.
Like, there are several, there are ants swarming Suzanne
Hundreds.
Summers when she got killed. The health inspector guy when he went outside.
Maybe on him. I don't know. I mean, that.
No, they were on his face.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like
That was
they're-
the first time
okay.
BJ was like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely not! Would I be doing that?" These things are climbing up these three actors, and I'm sure they're just little nonsense sugar ants. I mean, they're no big deal, but it's still, if something is crawling on me, I'm freaking out. If 100 things are crawling on me, I'm losing my goddamn mind.
Look,
I think
so-
it's different if like you know it's going to happen. Like I mean, usually the reason you freak out because of insects is it's the surprise factor.
Oh, sure, it's like everything's normal. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, I guess.
I just
and also,
think, you know, like,
thinking about the paycheck that you're earning would probably
Fair.
help.
I mean, as I told you guys earlier, I'm still recovering from about a dozen ant bites on my foot from a recent encounter. Chuck didn't check with me before
I did not know.
before this.
Did not know
Um,
you had an ant farm.
I'm not good with things like on my face. Like anything on my face bothers me for some reason. I don't know what it is
well, I mean, we feel the same way.
about my face bothering you.
Well, just
Yeah.
anything on
Yeah.
your face.
I understand. That's
yeah.
why I try to cover it up with
Right,
beard
sure.
for all of you. But anything on my face bothers me. I'm not cool with ants right now. We're not on speaking terms.
Well, that's good because if you were, I'd worry about you.
Yeah, that would be
Scott
a
Lang,
Okay,
Hey, look,
ants.
Hank Pym.
I haven't had a lot to do lately.
He talks to ants.
He talks to Aunt Joel.
Yes. Anyway, and there's no way right now that I could do that. I could not handle the friggin' ants on my face, even knowing that I know they're harmless little sugar ants. They're not. They probably don't even
Sugar ant.
sugar ants water. They probably can't even like actually bite on your skin hard enough to make it hurt or anything. But ugh,
I know.
no.
It's icky. And piece of shit guy eventually gets so swarmed, he's like, nope, fuck this. I'm going to jump off the balcony into the pool.
They could have done a better job of shooting this, but like it's weird because they go with a completely POV shot, which is cool. It's like him looking down the breathing tube, which is completely infested with ants. But I mean, I feel like just a little bit of effort could have been made to like show that they had actually gone inside the tube and were like, you know, crawling into his mouth or whatever, which is what I think was supposed to be implied.
Yeah.
He just kind of like freaks out, which I mean, I get it.
He
you
was swarmed. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy, lots of ants on him. And he stands up and is like, ah, God, I got to get out of here. Jumps off the balcony, and Brian Dennehy's like, oh, no. He aims for the pool. He does not make it. But he's fine. Don't worry.
Is he?
No, he's dead.
No, I don't think he is. Yeah.
He's dead. He's so dead.
Yeah, he was
And
probably
he deserved it.
He was probably dead before he hit the ground. I mean, with the ants.
Sure.
I mean, or
Well, the
close
ants
to
weren't
it.
that fast, so hopefully he.
They probably
he-
flew off of him as he was falling. And
I just mean like he was probably dying in the room when he
Sure.
flipped out. I mean,
Yes.
especially if they
He would
bit
have
him
died a worse
inside of
death
his
if-
face or
yeah.
whatever, you know, mouth or whatever.
Yep. So the two of them are like, don't move.
I think
Don't
my
do
favorite
that.
thing about this is Mike as like the the ants are actually descending upon them like when because he's pretty much gotten into like this full on zen like I have just like I can do this. I'm gonna I'm gonna breathe out this tube just fine and
Well, it's his plan. He's
Yeah.
not going to admit it.
but I mean,
It's
he's
dumb.
like he's got in like lotus position. It's like let's fucking do this,
Yeah.
and he's still trying to talk the other ones into it. And but like they are like ants are climbing up their legs, and like it is to the point of like don't move. But he's like he keeps having to take the wallpaper tube out of his mouth and just be like, don't move.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
oil can.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just.
Well, I mean, she's got one crawling around her eye
Yeah.
that she is like staring at. Like, listen, Aunt, I know you're a stunt ant, so don't you dare! I will kill you. You're not union. So it's like right after that dude dies, basically they roll up with the suits and they're like, Brian Denny's like, okay, go in there, but go light on the pesticide. And they just go in there
Save
and
some for when you get to them.
light this place up with pesticide. Like, go, there is no setting for go light with this. It is just
No.
fill the room with
It's either
noxious
nothing or
fumes.
Cheech and Chong.
Yes,
And they go Cheech and
They
Chong.
immediately go Cheech and Chong. And they come into the room and they're just
What
like,
kind of pesticide is this, by the way, that they just hose them down with?
well, here's the thing. Those two might get married. They're not having kids.
Well, they might have kids, but
Well,
it's going to be
They're weird ant mutations. So, because they just immediately come in the room, fill the room with smoke. That's the transition out of the scene to them. Now they have the suits on and they come out and they're like, wow, we did it. Sure as hell seemed like at some point there was going to be something that tripped this circle of fire to cause this shitty hotel to explode
Oh, man.
or catch on fire or something.
Yeah,
I figured
I mean, especially considering like as the shit is going down, he one of the times he's yelling at Brian Denny, he's like, "What the fuck is with the fire down there? Like, we have covered this place in kerosene
Right.
to fight
Yes.
the ants." Like,
yeah, he didn't get the memo
Yeah.
that you're supposed to use gasoline in the thing. It's like, we filled this house with kerosene. That should have been like, oh shit, run, get the hell out of here, and then the house, goes up or something.
I was really hoping for a little model of the house
Yeah.
to go kaboom.
Yeah, something. I mean, I figured this was a shitty place because they were going to blow it up.
Right.
Seemed kind of shitty, but I don't know. I think this place is still.
I think
open.
it was just from the era when things were shitty. When like
Yeah.
the best thing you could do is go down and watch the firefighters set ants on fire and dig in dumpsters for bottles and stuff.
God, it was a huge crowd. I don't know why so many people were there. I would not be anywhere near this place. It's like
I would have heard about it on the radio
Yeah.
and driven the other way.
like you put a moat of fire around Lakewood Manor and it's murderous ants are everywhere. I'm not going. No, we're not going to go watch that.
Get the marshmallows.
Turn the TV on.
Let's go
We're
watch.
watching whatever's on.
Diagnosis murder.
Yes. Yeah, it just pretty much wraps up with a like, okay, we're done here. Everyone get in the ambulance and go. We're all alive, except that.
Yeah, the old lady's like, I'm going to Florida.
Yeah.
Live with my Aunt Flo or whatever.
Aunt.
Sister Flo. I guess she wouldn't have a.
She
Probably
doesn't-
wouldn't have an aunt.
She doesn't see Aunt Flo anymore.
Oh, that's true.
She's too old.
Sister Margaret, that's what it was.
Yeah, but she snores.
Yeah.
So. I mean, it's pretty much it. They just wrap up, and just go into this happy montage of the cast like doing stuff as the end credits roll. I mean, it's typical
Yeah,
70s.
TV movie.
Yeah, but it's just like, here are some clips from the film of everyone having a good time. Yeah, Ants is over.
It is. I thought it was fantastic.
Is that good?
No, I don't. I just wanted to say that.
Oh,
Stupid
okay.
Billy
Sure.
Madison voice. I thought it was fantastic.
I'm sure that's something Gene Shalit said around the time.
1 star, we're Ant.
I thought it was fantastic.
There it is. Yep. Yeah. I watched this for 31 and 31 back in the day. I really enjoyed it then. I enjoyed it even more now for some reason. There was just something about there was initially when Mike is trying to put together what's going on, and there's these shots of him standing over this pit just looking and tilting his head and then looking somewhere else and tilting it, just like, grr, I'm thinking.
By the way, who is this dude? Was he like a known quantity?
He was. I mean, he's a guy. He's a guy who worked a lot.
I would say like it just seemed like he was
not necessarily a get, but he's a guy who
Okay.
steadily worked.
I just
Robert
wondered.
Foxworth.
Yes.
I just wondered where he was on his Hollywood tier, like his like where he was on his fame journey because like he's just hamming up a lot of scenes in this, and I wonder if it was like I'm going to show them how I.
He
can
had done
act.
a lot of TV.
Okay,
a lot of TV.
I just like one of my favorite things he does is like there's he is like very pensively thinking about whatever the problem in the pit might be, but like when he is going up the stairs to the final level of the the hotel and like runs out of the last kerosene can, it's just like he just angrily throws this empty can down the stairs and it's just, I don't know,
and says ants.
ants, God. Yeah, it's just
He also, like, when he finally figures out that it's ants, he puts a bunch of them in a jar and then is just taking them around to people and going,
it's ants.
because they're like, it's a virus. And he's like, it's not a virus. It's ants. It's this jar of ants. He just keeps saying it.
He also did Airport 77 in 1977.
Oh.
He was Chambers, whoever the fuck that was.
Chambers.
Yeah.
He was apparently the voice of Ratchet in all the Transformers movies.
All right.
Like like these new ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He apparently does
Which one-
lot
which-
of voice work now.
Which one is Ratchet?
Ratchet's the mechanic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could describe what
I can't tell a single one of those fucking Transformers
Sure,
apart.
I could describe what the actual G1 Transformer looks like, but the
wouldn't
ones in the
mean
movies,
I
I
think he's
anything
like
to
a
me.
green ambulance look. Like I want to say he's like a stupid painted colored ambulance or
Maybe.
something. Because it's Michael Bay and he's of course it's not just a plain white ambulance.
Okay.
right on.
Yeah.
Um,
Or like a fire rescue thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
so
Oh, no, okay. So he's a yellow ambulance off-road looking truck
Yeah.
thing.
There you go.
All right. He looks like Bumblebee or whatever when he's not transformed. So
Sure. Yeah.
Bumblebee, is that the yellow one?
yes,
Okay.
Bumblebee tuna.
Oh, Bumblebee tuna to you as well. Why are you laughing at me, Chuck? I'm just being polite.
I know it's charming.
You're charming.
Thank you.
Got him.
This is a Four Jocks movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
What?
I enjoy the hell out of this. It is
I didn't anticipate that at all.
it is such a simple little plot, and it is
It's not simple. It's ants.
well. This was the era of the disaster movie, and it's got that kind of like you've got to set up these characters and give them tragic backstories, and then oh no, something happened to them, and it does that for half a second, but then it's like, you know what? No, fuck that, ants. Let's just do ants, and it's how are they going to get away from the ants? And the situation that they're in is believable enough. It is not.
Is it?
Yes, yes. A swarm of ants is all over this hotel, and they can't really get anywhere because I think for what they're trying to do, I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine. The premise that they're doing is fine, and I think they put these characters in a situation that works in terms of like, how are they going to get out of this? And then some of them get out in the stupidest ways, like the lady on the ladder. I like it from it's a good TV movie, and I like it from, man, this is ridiculous. So I would have given it 5 if they'd blown that house up at the end, honest to God. So, but they didn't. So
How many would you have given it if they had killed the drifter lady or her beau?
I would probably still be at a 4, but I would be more satisfied. I would have been like, yeah, that's what you should do, movie. But I'm being kind, and I'm like, you know what? Everyone lived for the most part.
Not everybody. A bunch of people died. The Giuseppe. He died.
He did.
The first guy, he died.
The first guy died. We never met him, so I don't know
the
if I should
Bureau
feel
of
bad or
Health
not.
guy died. That's fine.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Yeah. He's the William Atherton from Ghostbusters guy
Yeah.
of this movie. Just like
I mean,
I'm
he's
actually
right,
saying
but
the right thing,
he-
but I'm the bad guy somehow.
He was a dick about everything.
Yeah.
That's the problem with that
Right.
that guys.
Yeah.
It's not that we're mad at the EPA.
No.
It's just the EPA guys are assholes.
Yeah.
Let me pollute just a little bit.
Suzanne Summers shouldn't have died, but she slept with that guy, and there was just no hope for her after
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, that guy died. He
Yeah. Well,
deserved it.
yes, that guy deserved to die.
And I hope he burns in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, anyway, I really liked it. Four Jocks. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I think it's some fun. I think it's 2 jocks worth of fun, and I'm giving that mostly because like I don't know. I think it's mostly because of like reactions. I think people are just freak out in good ways. Like Brian Dennehy kind of ins and out for a moment.
He's instantly sweaty.
Yeah, I mean, well, of course he is. He's Brian fucking Dennehy, but
Big barrel man.
yeah. Yeah, no FX
He's
needed.
he's like a Mega Man villain. He's just like, "Rawr." I love Brian Dennehy.
My grandfather was built like that. Just tall man, fucking barrel
Yeah.
chest.
Yeah.
Not grandfather by blood. That's because I'm short as shit and small. I didn't get any of those fucking genes because I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't wear them. They'd be too large.
Yeah, they would be. Bernie Casey
Yes.
gets to hose down a bunch of white people. Because fuck them, that's why.
And the cops.
The cops, yeah. Gerald Gordon, like, as shitty as he is, I could swear we've seen a movie with Gerald Gordon in it.
Is that Terry Cloth businessman?
Yes.
Terry Cloth.
Yeah, that was actually his name, Terry Cloth
Terry
Business.
Cloth business.
Well, he is trying to conduct business in this weird Terry Cloth
Terry Cloth
vest.
shirt with
Yeah.
pockets down at the bottom.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah. It was like a little bit too much leisure wear.
It was like, you
Yeah,
can
you- like you need-
understand
like you
somebody
need-
wearing that at the pool
You
in
might
the
be
70s.
leasing too much.
Yeah.
Leasing.
Leasing.
Leasing. I'm
What is
going leasing
Yeah,
now.
what is the present tense first or present? Can you make a verb out of leisure? Lease. Yeah, that's a fucking
lease?
Yeah, to lease. To believe.
To lease.
Anyway, I just
To believe means to bluff.
sorry, just one of those weird things. I was like, how do you make a present tense verb like that?
You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in a BMFcast movie.
Was he?
Yeah.
Which one?
He was in
Lays.
Driving Force.
Okay. One of the Force months.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were multiple. I can't remember anything at this point.
It was a real bad movie. You could barely see it. So,
Oh, good. and we've done 100 of those.
yeah.
Shot underneath a table at night. Karen Lamb is in a BMFcast adjacent movie. She's in The Junk Man. Or no, wait, not
No.
Karen Lamb.
Susan Day George.
Yeah, Linda
Linda
Day-George.
Day-George.
Yeah. She's
Now you're doing what I
You
did.
did it.
I did it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I
You
said
made me do
Susan
it.
George, and because I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My fault. My bad.
a couple people have told me to watch The Junk Man. I don't think I should, but I'm probably going to at some point if I can find it.
Hold off.
Are we going to watch The Junk Man?
I mean,
we might watch The Junk Man.
I started, like, that night, started watching it because I became fascinated by this dude's career.
Mhm.
That movie is something odd, and maybe we should watch it, so just hold
What,
off.
Okay.
Explain to me what did I miss here? Like,
It's the Gone in
Sort of-
60 Seconds dude's second movie.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not quite, not really a sequel, but he's in
It's strange. So he's playing a fictional version of himself,
it. Of course.
who directed Gone in 60 Seconds, is making the actual next movie that he releases,
That's the movie. It's a movie within a movie.
kind of, but and this is stuff that is happening to him as he's trying to finish filming that actual movie that does come out the next year. It's strange. It is so fucking strange. Like, Eleanor's in it, and I mean, like, it's weird. So that would be something to talk about. Hold off.
Okay.
All right.
Well. All right. Well, you out there in listener land know that I have been waved off, so I will not report back.
Yeah.
But
She's in a ton of movies that you could watch if you wanted to. If you just really want to see her. And
I
her
just thought it
forehead
was an
and something
interesting
else.
coincidence that pointed to me watching this, watching The Junkman.
I will say she is a guest star in that film, so she is barely in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karen Lamb was in something that caught my eye. I don't remember what it was, but she looks like one of those. She's the Drifter.
Drifter.
She looks like one of those people that you've seen in like a yet another beachside summer fling movie. You know, she's standing around and hollering when somebody drives by in a van.
She does seem like
Something
a
like
van movie actress, and
Yeah.
or like a moonshine movie actress. Like,
Yeah,
Van
she could be in a
movie
moonshine movie.
actually, wasn't Susan George in one of the moonshine movies we watched? Is maybe that's what
Linda
I'm thinking
George?
of. No, not Linda Day
He's-
George.
now he's
Susan-
talking
now-
about.
oh,
Now I'm talking about
the
the actual person I
the
meant to
Susan
say.
George, okay.
I
Whatever.
don't know.
I feel like she was one of the moonshine sisters. Or
We can talk
something.
about all these people later.
Whatever.
BJ, what is your rating?
Well, we didn't talk about him earlier, so I figured I'd squeeze it in
Okay.
now. I would also give it a 2 jocks. It's an interesting thing. I don't think it's good, but I think it's kind of fun to watch. You have a good time with it. Watch it with your friends. Have somebody like ready to play Ants Marching
Oh, the first time they
by Dave.
bring the tube of wallpaper up to their lips,
Yeah.
that is the time.
Yeah.
Hit the play button, Starburns.
It's like what's so stupid is I had been thinking about how we were gonna I actually thought about like trying to just work that into the intro. Like I'd been thinking about Ants Marching like since the movie started, and like I was just holding it back because I was like it didn't have any reason to exist in the movie, and I was thinking it was gonna be like good intro fodder or something like that.
Oh, sure.
And then they put the tubes to the mouth, and it was just immediately like.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
It was perfect. It was great. It was great in the theater. Yeah. It's a very of its time sort of thing, and it's just fucking ants, man. That's the biggest problem. I think the biggest problem I have is like, man, it's just a bunch of fucking ants.
There's a lot of B-roll of ant shots.
There's a lot of B-roll ant shots. Half the movie.
B-movie
There's-
ants.
Yeah.
There's no bees in this.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot, there are so much shots of just ants in clusters on walls and swarming and stuff, and it's just like, we get it. There's fucking ants.
Yeah, they don't go the Jaws route.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's the ants.
I mean, you have to show the ants.
I know, I just feel like there's...
And you have to show them up. Well, I'm not apologizing
yeah.
for the B-roll. Just like you do have to show the ants, and you do have to show them close up. But do you have to show the ants that much close up? You do not. You can take 20 minutes off the runtime of this, make it a breezy 60 minutes or whatever.
It's true. They
I
did
don't know
have
how many-
90-minute TV movies back then, which would have been about
Oh
75
God,
minutes.
95 minutes.
I know.
Holy shit.
I know.
They did
That's
have
like a
some-
2-hour TV movie.
Yeah.
They didn't have B-roll, but they did have some wasp roll in that footage.
did,
they
yeah.
watch where the ants
Also,
ate
a bunch of them
wasp.
got hosed down by Bernie Casey.
That's true. The wasps did get hosed down.
That's the best part of the movie is Bernie Casey
Absolutely it is.
gets revenge on Whitey. Because fuck him.
And he's a hero for it.
Yes.
He saved the day.
He walks into a bar the next day. He's like, pay up.
I bet I could piss at this guy's drink and make him pay for it. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a really good punchline. Is this movie it's all set up to? I bet I could fire hose a whole bunch of white people if they called a
You
hero.
can't fire hose no white people.
They called a hero.
I bet you can.
Ants, motherfucker.
Mayor gave me a medal.
Yeah.
Key to the city.
He just slams that down on the bar.
Yeah.
Great. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, ants. Ants.
Ants.
Ants.
Ants.
Was there an exclamation point in ANTZ?
No.
No.
Nope.
No, just
No.
a Z.
Just a Z.
Just
Okay.
a
The
Z.
Z was enough edge,
Yeah.
Yeah.
enough sass.
Yes.
Enough sows.
The Z was the tude. You didn't need an exclamation point when you had a
Gotcha.
Z.
Now I'm gonna feel like I have to go make a list of every movie that has an exclamation point in it.
I'm
Just
sure
like
there's one on IMDb already.
Yeah, or Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Probably Letterboxd.
Yeah.
It's the better list.
Or just punctuation in general. Like, dude, where's my car?
I don't know. I
That's
think
too
it's
much.
in your garage.
No?
I just want exclamation
Okay.
points.
If you are antsy to get a hold of us in some way, give us a call on the Garfield phone, the BMFcast hotline, 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263, or drop us an email, bmf@bmfcast.com. Also, if you want to send us a voice communication by email, you are more than welcome to in any of the major audio formats. Audio. Like Og Vorbis or Flack.
Don't do that.
Or-
That'll just make Chuck's life not as fun.
It's
Oh.
fine.
I don't
Okay.
care.
He doesn't care? All right, fine. Chuck doesn't care.
Yeah.
Send it to him in any form you like. Wacko, flacko file, whatever you want to do.
Waka flocka
Right.
flame.
Just good luck actually sending that somewhere.
Just send it to bmf@bmfcast.com.
No, your mail provider is not going to allow that file through. That's 100 megs.
Well,
It's for
make
3
it a
seconds.
Yeah, make it a short voicemail. Anyway,
Yeah.
you can send us a voicemail via email if you wish. That's all I'm trying to get across. Other things I'm trying to get across that Bamfin ain't easy or cheap. So go to patreon.com/BMFcast and help us pay the bills. Hosting is expensive. Movies like these, Ants, from Kino Lorber, these are like $400 a piece.
Easily.
No, but
We had to buy the rights.
they do cost money, and we spend a lot of it every time Vinegar Syndrome or Kino Lorber has a sale, so that we can continuously bring quality entertainment to you. So pay us for it, you knobs.
Right.
Right on.
We would love for you to join our community,
Our colony.
our colony, at
Yeah.
patreon.com/BMFcast. Give us your money.
Yeah.
Or don't. If you can't or don't want to afford that, another great thing you could do is share this with your friends or enemies.
I mean, if you're a worker, then feel free to share with us.
Yes.
Yes. So that we can soldier on. And we will say, yes, queen. That's the types of ants.
You don't have any more? You ran out?
That's pretty much it. I mean, that's the three main types of ants. Yeah. Anyway.
Let's end this
Yeah,
segment.
let's get out of here, shall we?
Okay.
I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And for Mackie, this is BMFcast out. Bye.
Don't invoke his name.
Mackie?
He left us.
He didn't
left us, Jack.
leave us.
He left us.
I mean, he was kind of forced out. We killed him. That's
Nope.
by ants.
Yes.
We killed him with ants.
According to this letterbox list, there are 200 films with exclamation points in the title.
Nice.
200!
Yes. Not all of them are American films, but Food Fight qualifies.
Food Fight.
Yep, it's got an exclamation point in the title. Food Fight.
Good thing I've already seen that. I don't have to watch that one again.
You should not ever watch that again. No human. Anyway.
No human could possibly stack shit like that.
Shazam. And Shazam 2. Hardly Shazam.
Wait, like
What?
Shazam that's not out yet, too?
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure we're not talking about, like, Kazam or whatever the Shaq movie was. Was it Kazam? Is that the Shaq movie? The Sinbad genie movie, whatever thing everyone gets?
Sinbad was not a genie.
I know, but the movie that everyone...
Yes.
Okay. Is it Kazam? Is that what it is?
I think so.
Al-Kazam?
Yes.
It's Kazaa. That's where you download the
Yeah,
music.
that's when you download the movie from.
And Shazam's where you find out what movie it was and
Right. What song is playing?
in the movie.
It's ants marching.
Always Anne's Marching.
It is.
Oh.
That feel good?
No.
Sorry. Krasy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Chuck told me I can't watch it. I'm banned from watching The Junkman.
I mean, you can. It's
You can.
It's on Plex.
Chuck says.
You can watch it.
That's like your wife saying, "Oh, you go out with your friends if you
if
really
you
want." Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't want me.
I'm going to be in trouble. Chuck's going to divorce me or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or put poison in my sandwiches. They go in my little lunch pail
Uh-huh.
that I take to work. And go ride the iron every day.
Do you?
I do. With my hard hat and boots and
Got your lunch pail and
hard hat, apple bottom jeans
Boots with the fur.
with the fur.
The whole
The whole crew.
The whole crew is looking
Yeah.
at your. You her?
oh, you just want to play video games.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. What? Are we still here?
We
were
are.
never here in the first
God,
place.
we were swift today.
Swift.
Yeah. Well, it's a TV movie. It's just,
Yeah. Should have paused for commercial breaks.
There was really not a lot of like plot to talk about. It's just
no. We covered
ants.
Ants.
And then
Some people get anted.
Mhm.
Some antics.
Oh,
How did we
man.
not say that? Antics.
we went
How did we not say that?
Of
Over
all the things.
900 other ant puns.
180 minutes. We've been ensconced in this movie, and
We didn't say antics.
oh, did you already shut down the stream?
No?
Oh no, it's just okay. That's just
He
my
shut down his
computer being
laptop.
just,
Just or close
Just
the
my
lid.
computer being weird.
So you don't shut that off. You just shut the lid on it. You put a lid on it. Is that what you say?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Said it's still alive when you come back?
It is.
Okay. Oh God! COVID.
God, Jesus, why, man? Wear a mask.
COVID 38.
Sorry, I have ants in my nose. Again. Who'd have thunk?
Yeah,
Twice in 1 year.
right.
All right.
All right.
Let's get out of here, shall we?
I'm hardcore.
I'll turn the stream off.
I'm slappy.
I just wanted to keep talking about nothing.
Okay.
I enjoy talking about nothing more than talking about something.
Nothing.
No, it's our moments when we're not talking about the thing that I enjoy the most.
That's weird.
Is it?
Yeah,
I like shows about nothing.
'cause we gotta do it. We have to do a show for people.
No, I'd rather just talk about whatever stream of thought things that come in our head, like the dumb shit we think of when we're just sitting around thinking of dumb shit. I was saying, like, I think if we could record our nonsense of like the de-evolution of Huey Magoo's chicken wings in the car, like that would have been like podcast fucking gold. Like just
Sure.
Mike saying if that shit had somehow been recorded, us going on that fucking insane trip.
I do wish the genesis of that had
Yeah.
been on tape because it is a fascinating process of just like, hey, look at that sign.
Yeah. Is that say
Huey Magoo? Huey Magoo.
It's the evolution of it just down into
That or like
just
BJ's
Mouth
hour-long Dippin' Dots pun marathon,
Oh my god.
which like and it ended and there had been 20 minutes of silence in the car, and then he was like, just busts out another one.
I don't remember the format of that other than
it was like you take something that sounds sort of like Dippin' Dots, and then
Right,
it was
right,
the
right.
something something of the future or the whatever, and then because it just became the something something of the whatever.
that's right. It was
Yes.
like slipping slots. The
Like it would peter out
Or-
and it would be done, and then we would start having a conversation, and then there would be a slight lull, and then from the back seat,
What was great is
BJ
it was
like, if you go to the store, and it's like,
oh that's right. There was
that was
little
the format. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to the store and you want something for somebody, what are you getting? Slipping slots. And that was when we were lost in fucking like somewhere between East and West Orlando. I don't remember what the fuck we were looking for.
that one comic store.
Yeah, we were just.
and it was super far away. And we were stuck in traffic.
Yeah, it was just like suddenly we just seemed like we were like, are we still in Orlando? It just seemed like we were in like beyond the suburbs. Like, did we leave Florida? Like, where the hell are we?
Talk about where we were for like 10 straight minutes, and then BJ would be like,
Yeah.
if you go to the restaurant. And get
Yeah, just delirium. Basically, that's what it is. That's when we're the funniest. Yeah. Anyway. All right, good night, everyone.
My brain likes to latch on to things.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. We have fun.